Welcome back to Historic Coin Empire, the channel where we uncover the hidden fortunes concealed within everyday pocket change and explore the remarkable stories that transform ordinary coins into legendary treasures. And today we are diving into the astonishing tale of a 1997 1-cent coin that has been valued at an incredible $7 million due to an extraordinary combination of mint errors, mechanical mistakes, production anomalies, and rare circumstances that together created one of the most fascinating modern numismatic discoveries imaginable, because at first glance a 1997 Lincoln cent appears completely ordinary, bearing the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial reverse introduced in 1959, struck in vast quantities for circulation during a time when billions of cents were produced annually. Yet hidden among those billions can exist a single coin so unusual, so dramatically flawed in the most spectacular ways that it becomes essentially unique, and uniqueness in the coin collecting world is the ultimate driver of value. And to understand how a 1-cent coin from 1997 could ever approach a valuation of $7 million, we must examine in detail the minting process at facilities such as the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint during the late 1990s, when high-speed presses, computerized die production, and strict quality control procedures were standard. Yet despite advanced technology, the creation of coins still involves complex mechanical systems that can fail in rare and unpredictable ways, beginning with the production of planchets, which for 1997 cents consisted of copper-plated zinc discs weighing approximately 2.5 grams, punched from long metal strips and then processed through an upsetting mill to create a raised rim before being fed into coining presses where dies strike the design under immense pressure. And at any stage of this process, anomalies can occur. But for a coin to achieve a multimillion-dollar valuation, it must display not just one minor irregularity, but a remarkable stacking of major mint errors that together create an object of extreme rarity and desirability. And the legendary $7,001,997 cent is believed to exhibit precisely such a convergence of dramatic features, beginning with the possibility of being struck on a wrong planchet, meaning that instead of the standard copper-plated zinc composition, it may have been struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination, such as a dime planchet composed primarily of copper and nickel, or even more extraordinarily on a leftover bronze planchet from earlier years if transitional materials were inadvertently mixed during production, because transitional errors, though rare, have occurred in United States coinage history when leftover materials from one year are mistakenly used in the next year's run, and if metallurgical testing confirmed that this 1997 cent possessed a composition inconsistent with its intended specifications, the coin would immediately stand apart from billions of normal examples. And such wrong planchet errors are especially prized when authenticated by major grading services that verify weight, diameter, and metal content with precision instruments. Yet the story of this coin does not stop at composition, because reports suggest it may also display a dramatic double die obverse, a type of error that originates during die creation when the hub impresses the design onto the die more than once in slightly misaligned positions, resulting in clear and bold doubling in elements such as the date 1997, the word liberty, and the motto "I in God we trust." And unlike minor mechanical doubling caused by die bounce during striking, a true double die shows strong separation, notching, and depth that can be seen even without magnification when pronounced enough, and collectors consider major double die varieties among the most desirable mint errors because they reflect a fundamental flaw in the die itself rather than a fleeting strike anomaly. And if this 1997 cent exhibited an exceptionally bold double die combined with wrong planchet composition, its rarity would multiply significantly. Yet further elevating its mystique is the possibility of a substantial off-center strike, perhaps 20 to 50% off-center, while still retaining the full date and mint mark, because collectors place a premium on off-center coins that maintain identifiable information. And off-center strikes occur when the planchet is not properly seated within the collar at the moment of impact, producing a dramatic crescent-shaped blank area and a distorted design that visually communicates its error status instantly. And when such a feature is layered on top of other major anomalies, the result becomes exponentially rarer rather than merely incrementally more valuable. And additional evidence associated with the $7,001,997 cent includes a rotated die alignment error, meaning that when the coin is flipped from obverse to reverse, the designs do not align in the expected 180-degree orientation but instead appear rotated at an unusual angle such as 90 degrees or more, a condition that can occur if the die becomes loose within the press assembly. And while minor rotations are occasionally encountered, Extreme rotations in combination with other significant errors are extraordinarily scarce in modern coinage due to improved maintenance and monitoring systems, and the accumulation of wrong planchet, double die obverse, off-center strike, and rotated die alignment would represent a perfect storm of independent mechanical failures rarely, if ever, seen together on a single coin, and yet there are even more possibilities contributing to this coin's staggering valuation, including the presence of dramatic die breaks or cuds where a portion of the die fractured and allowed excess metal to fill the void during striking, creating raised, irregular shapes attached to the rim of the coin, and while minor die cracks are common as dies wear out over time, a large retained cud combined with other major errors would create a visually stunning specimen that commands attention from across a room, and some numismatists have speculated that the coin could even represent a mule error in which the obverse and reverse dies were mismatched, though such occurrences are exceptionally rare in United States coinage because of strict die inventory controls. Yet history has shown that mule errors can and do happen, and if a 1997 cent were struck with an incorrect reverse design or an experimental die not intended for circulation, its status would shift from rare to essentially unique, and uniqueness in numismatics is the ultimate catalyst for multimillion-dollar bidding wars, because collectors understand that a one-of-a-kind coin cannot be replaced, and condition plays a critical role in achieving such a valuation, as the coin would likely need to be preserved in near-perfect mint state condition, perhaps graded MS-69 or even MS-70, with blazing luster, minimal contact marks, and sharp strike details, indicating that it was discovered shortly after minting, possibly pulled from a fresh bank roll or mint-sealed bag by an observant individual who recognized its anomalies before it entered general circulation. And provenance further amplifies value because if the coin were authenticated and certified by a respected grading company and then featured in a major auction conducted by a prestigious numismatic firm, its documented history of ownership and public display would enhance its prestige, and auction dynamics can drive prices far beyond conventional expectations when two determined bidders compete for a trophy piece, especially when that piece represents the only known example of its kind, and media attention surrounding a $7 million penny would further elevate its legendary status, attracting interest from investors, collectors, and the general public fascinated by the transformation of a humble 1-cent coin into a multimillion-dollar artifact. And such attention reinforces demand, creating a cycle in which rarity, story, and market excitement feed into each other. And rigorous authentication would be essential to sustain such value, including precise weight measurement to confirm planchet anomalies, microscopic analysis to distinguish true hub doubling from mechanical doubling, metallurgical testing to verify composition, and die study comparisons to ensure the errors originated at the mint rather than through post-mint alteration or damage. And once confirmed, the coin would likely be encapsulated in a tamper-evident holder bearing a detailed description of its unique characteristics, preserving both the physical object and its narrative for future generations. And the existence of such a coin challenges assumptions about modern minting perfection, reminding us that even in the era of advanced automation and digital oversight, rare and dramatic mistakes can still occur. And when they do, they create artifacts that capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. And the $7 million valuation reflects not only the physical attributes of the coin but also the psychological power of owning something that defies probability. A coin that should not exist yet does, embodying the intersection of industrial process, human oversight, and chance, and it serves as a powerful reminder that within the billions of ordinary coins circulating every day there may lie hidden anomalies waiting to be discovered. And here at Historic Coin Empire we celebrate those extraordinary possibilities, exploring how die preparation errors, hub misalignments, feeder finger malfunctions, collar misplacements, and quality control oversights can converge to create treasures that redefine our understanding of value. And while the vast majority of 1997 cents remain